Hey Weebs, it's Cole talking to you from the future. Just a bit of a housekeeping thing. This episode features poor audio. I didn't realize before recording that my microphone was replaced with a potato. So just a warning for that. It's a good episode though. You should keep listening. Anyway, here we go. Little background. He was, I don't know if he was a caller or something on Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, and that's where John Teeter came from. So a little connection with one of my all-time favorite spooky radio shows. Guys. Mark Rambu Weebs. My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime, and this is episode 22 of the Anime Protagonist podcast. And on this week's episode, we are going to take a look at the top 10 or the top 11 of anime and maybe look at if we agree or disagree with the top 10 or 11 of anime. According to AniList and MAL, you know the drill. You know where you get the top 10 from. But before we get into any of that, Jay, what's on your mind?
Nothing.
Perfect. I'll tell you what's on my mind.
No, Jay, seriously, you got to come up with something. This is tradition.
Yeah, Jay.
So, for the past week, I've actually been looking for something new to read because I'm in between novels right now. And everything I pick up, I'm just I'm not really feeling it right now. So I'm just kind of in this loop of okay, here's something interesting. Not really. And that's kind of been my my current loop of trying to find something to read. My current potential novels are Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash, which also has an anime if you haven't checked that out. And then Spy Classroom Volume 2, which I read the first volume and I really liked it. So
for the first time in 22 episodes, you are not reading a light novel.
I'm not
currently.
No.
What is happening in the world?
Stop the presses!
I think that's our news for the week.
Yeah, holy. This is incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of not knowing what to tell people, Mike, what's on your mind?
Well, let me tell you what. It's the NFL draft. I've been watching a lot of the draft coverage. I did a bunch of draft research coming up. I've basically just been doing that all week. And finally, yesterday was the draft. The first round of it. So then
As of recording.
When you're listening to this, the draft is over. But that's okay. I hope your team did well if you care about sports ball. What's on my mind in terms of anime and manga? I've been watching Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. Or is it just S? Goodness. I don't know what that's supposed to be called.
I think it's called S.
I think so too.
I think it's just called S.
Yeah. But I've been watching that. It's really good. The OP has been stuck in my head all week now. It's really good. It's very good. I remember when we were doing, when I was voting on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, I was like, why is Dragon Maid in the OP, best OP of the season mix or whatever? But now I get it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good OP.
It is a good OP.
Yeah.
And then I read the first volume of Ghost in the Shell, the manga, which I know Cole is a fan of.
I am. Now, how did you like it, Michael?
Now, here's the thing. I remember you kind of warned me that the tone is different in the manga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bit more comedic.
Yeah. And it's kind of, yes, it is. But I also, it's it hits the same thing for me where it's just I just can't bring myself to care about it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for me. But
hey, man, you don't gotta like everything.
No,
I mean, we can never talk again. This is your last episode on the podcast, but it's okay.
That's all it took.
Yeah, we couldn't get rid of you for the longest time, and all you had to do was say you didn't like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Now you guys.
And Jay, what do you think of Ghost in the Shell?
I haven't seen it or read it.
Okay. I will now be hosting this podcast by myself starting next week.
Hey, at least I didn't say I didn't like it. We can fix the fact that I haven't seen it.
Hey!
To clarify, I don't not like it. I just don't care about it. You know what I mean? I'm just not invested in it.
There is something
fine.
that I say now you should watch Standalone Complex. It's definitely a bit more palatable.
Yeah.
I think you'd actually genuinely like it. Because I know that you like sci-fi, Michael.
I do. But it hits
I think you'd like Standalone Complex.
It hits like the very dry, very heady sci-fi notes that I can't pay attention to. I don't know if I have like ADD or something. I start reading it or like listening to it and my eyes just glaze over and then I'm like, what's happening?
Or the live action movie with Scarlett Johansson.
That's, you know what? That's next on my list of things to watch. I'm going to watch that this weekend.
Are you actually?
Yeah, I borrowed from the library. It's probably very bad.
I've heard very negative things.
Genuinely, Michael, you should watch Standalone Complex. I think you get more out of that one. Okay. It's more palatable, like I said.
Recommendation noted. I think that's on Netflix, right?
No, I don't think so. That's one of those ones you got to buy on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Or if you could source it from other means.
Of course.
You know, Colt, that was very helpful of you.
Mm-hmm.
Much like a helpful fox you are. Do you have anything that you want to talk about for on your mind?
There are two things on my mind. I'm going to save that one that you just brought up for the memes after. But first, I started watching and finished watching a new anime, new to me. It's not actually new. It's a little anime called Setokai Yaku Indomo.
I've actually been really excited to hear you talk about this because I read a bit of the manga and it's really cute.
I got very excited because I thought you were going to say Seto Kaiba.
It is really cute?
It is cute.
Oh my god, Jay, it is the horniest anime I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
This is par for the course.
It's weird though, sense. Michael.
Yeah?
Michael, it's
hold on, I'm gonna Google
it. It's simultaneously like the most perverted and degenerate anime I've ever seen, but also not like fan servicey.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like it's on the same. It's on the same level
raunchy.
Of it's on the same level of like fan servicey as like quintessential quintuplets. Let's say.
Okay, well that's fairly fan servicey.
But that's not the point of the show, right? Like the girls are all whatever. But like you only get like some stuff every couple episodes, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But literally, it's like The Simpsons, where there's like a joke every 30 seconds, but the jokes are like so degenerate and like too far. Not too far because it's genuinely funny, but like parental discretion is advised from this point for the next like 2 minutes. There's a running joke in the anime where the girls have like remote controls that operate devices that are
You're really dancing around this subject, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't see the hand motions that I'm making, but picture a hole and then like something inside the hole.
So like a toy of sorts?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's like it's that. It just kind of like it's explicit. Like they constantly talk about like masturbation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like that's how it's adult. It's not adult in the sense that it's like you see boobies and stuff, because you don't. They just talk about stuff. So it's kind of like refreshing in a weird way.
So I Googled it, Google image searched it, and I'm seeing a picture here of a girl laying in a bed with a teddy bear that has a ball gag on it.
Yeah, and in bondage.
Yeah, it's in like bondage, or there's another one too where there's like a guy with a sandwich in his crotch area and a girl looking at the sandwich.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just innuendos constantly.
It looks very horny, but also I don't, like you said, I don't see many like actual like jiggly bits. So it seems at least interesting, right?
Yeah, like it's like if college frat boys wrote an anime.
Okay.
But like less jiggly bits, like you said. And then on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a furry, but I started reading Helpful Fox Senko-san.
Oh, reading, not watching.
No, well, I already watched it.
Oh, okay.
Like I watched this when it came out, but oh my god, it's so comfy. It's terrific.
Mm-hmm. I think it's comfier for you because of the furry bait.
Jay, bite me. Kindly bite me.
I Google image search this one as well, and this little Helpful Fox is quite furry, I will say.
She's got a big old tail and some fox ears.
So
that's pretty much it.
I've kind of been debating, because I have the first 4 volumes of it. I've been debating starting Spice and Wolf.
Oh, well, yeah, that's even better. That's like growed up Senko-san. Yeah.
It's a Pokemon. She's the evolved form.
No, I've seen that before. I've seen that where Senko-san evolves into Holo.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's
you
very
just
comfy.
use a First Stone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Southern Firestone. Yeah, you just use a First Stone.
Yeah, you're just gonna use a First Stone. Yeah. Jay, speaking of Pokemon, which is a video game.
Yes.
Do you have any games?
I do. Let's head over to Jay's Game Corner right now.
Why are you guys being so quiet?
I don't know. Why are you being so quiet?
You realize that we could just edit it in. We don't actually need to pause for the music, eh?
No, I do prefer if you guys pause. It makes it so much easier for me.
Oh, okay.
So first thing on today's Game Corner news, Jay's Game Corner news, Splatoon 3 had a release date revealed in a new video that showed off Turf War with some new weapons and special weapons and things like that. And we're getting it on September 9th.
Oh my
exclusively
goodness.
on Switch. I'm super excited for this because I'm playing a lot of Splatoon 2 and loving it. So, yeah, really excited.
I think I've mentioned on the podcast before that Splatoon is one of those games that I've always wanted to play and then just never actually played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
it seems
same
super
here.
interesting, but it's just I've never felt like I need to buy it, if that makes sense.
It's a really fun shooter. If you don't like things like Call of Duty, where you're like, man, I really wish I could play this game, but my aim sucks.
Hey,
then
that's me.
Splatoon's for
That's
you.
me. Okay.
The point of the game is you shoot the ground and you try and cover the ground with as much paint as you can.
Hey, I like it.
And then kills are just kind of like a secondary distraction from the main goal. So, yeah.
Can I
good.
still shoot people if I wanted to?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's a video game.
It's a video game. It's a shooter, so of course you can. But it's not the main objective of the game. And then there are other modes around it, but the Turf War, which is the main mode, is the more popular one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a fun thing. I assume that they're going to do another test fire round because they've done it for both Splatoon 1 and 2. So if that does happen, you guys should try it out. It'll be free.
I will try it.
And then the game comes out on September 9th if you like it.
Perhaps I will try it, and perhaps I will like it, but I will not buy it.
Dang, that's something.
Unless I really like it.
I would say I would try it, but I'll probably forget about it by then.
Yeah, frankly, I probably.
I'll remind you.
I'll still be playing Lego Star Wars.
Oh, are you still playing Lego Star Wars?
Mike, I'm addicted.
Are you trying to 100% it?
No, it's just one of those games you can just hop back in at any time because it's a game for babies. You don't need to retain any muscle memory from it, so you can just jump in at any time.
And you also know the Star Wars lore front and back too, so I'm sure that helps.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody out there is listening and you also play as a 4-LOM main, then hey, hit me up because you and me, that one other person who loves 4-LOM.
What is 4-LOM?
Exactly. Michael, he's one of the bounty hunters in Empire Strikes Back. He's the one who's got a silver C-3PO body, but his head is like an alien.
I Googled image searched him. What am I looking at? I love Star Wars. I've never seen this guy.
4-LOM's my favorite bounty hunter. He's the best.
This guy's a playable character in the game?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's you. It may be just you, actually.
It might just be me. Yeah, Boba Fett can bite me. 4-LOM's where it's at.
Look, Boba Fett got eaten in the Sarlacc pit and he never came back.
Exactly. 4-LOM's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Jay, keep going.
Speaking of things that are fine, guess what's coming back, gentlemen?
What?
I hope you played these, or else this.
I say what, but I already know what's coming up because it's in our doc.
Sega is planning on rebooting Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio!
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that one, actually.
Crazy Taxi!
Woo! Let's go. I never actually played either of these, but I heard that they're really good, so I'm actually
one of my earliest memories was my sister had OG Xbox, and she had a demo for Jet Set Radio, and we used to play that. It was fun.
Was that on the Dreamcast?
No, OG Xbox.
Oh, wow. I completely zoned out there.
I think it might have been Jet Set Radio too, to be honest. But,
oh, okay. Yeah.
It was fun. I liked it. Cool aesthetic.
Yeah. The thing that kind of upsets me about this, and the thing I was looking at on the article that I have posted here, is that they're using this as an incentive to spread their NFTs for these two properties.
Guys, if you could see me, my eyes literally rolled back into my head. I rolled them so hard.
Jay, what did I say to you before the podcast? We were debating putting this in.
Yeah. So I read that and I was like, I don't want to put this in.
What did you say?
So I was reading the article. I saw that they were talking about how they were using this as a way to get their NFTs out. And to promote their Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi NFTs. And I was like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this. I don't think it's something that... And then Mike was like, no, Cole's going to want to talk about this.
No. I mean, like, we can talk about it because, like, that's fine. Like, I like that the game's being released and stuff. That's cool. But, like, NFTs can just, man...
I knew it would elicit rage in you hearing the word NFT. Non-fungible token. Do you get it, bro?
Yeah, they are very fungible.
They are also mostly scams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, here's
mostly.
The thing.
I'll say that there's some whatever. Okay, I get it.
Well, sure. I mean, we can assign worth to anything.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, obviously, some of them are worth something, but yeah, they're mostly scams.
Right-click, save picture as, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jay, I do have a question about this. Are these console exclusives? I don't know if you actually know this. This is a genuine question from...
I don't think the article has said anything yet. Let me just double check this here. Nothing saying that it's exclusive yet, just that it's coming.
I guess it doesn't matter for me.
It's probably going to be like on new gen because they're estimating 2025 for a release date.
2025?
Yeah.
For a reboot?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It does say big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots. So it's probably like basically just a full new game.
Yeah, they must be remaking them from the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can play it on my PS5. There it is, guys. Have a drink.
Don't worry, you'll be able to play on your PS5 for the low price of $90 for a game. That's
there it is. There's Cole's weekly reference to the fact that he has a PS5.
Yeah. Rub it in, why don't you? And while you're rubbing that in, why don't we talk about why don't we talk about the other games that are potentially going to be announced at the Xbox Bethesda showcase that was announced for June 12th. E3 is not happening this year, but it seems that all the publishing companies are still going forward with their showcases, and Xbox is the first to announce theirs, happening on June 12th. It seems like it's going to be like their own kind of thing, like they did last year, just being like a live event online, and we'll get some new games.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. Any third-party games that you're looking forward to hearing about from Xbox, or any Bethesda games?
I'm not up to date on Xbox and Bethesda because I've always been a PlayStation guy.
Kind of neither of these are really up your alley for the most part, I'd say, Cole, eh? Like you don't really like Xbox, and I don't think you really are into like Elder Scrolls or Fallout or anything like
I know, but Bethesda did just release Tokyo or Ghostwire.
That's true,
which I really, really enjoyed. I'm not really like against Bethesda, or Xbox necessarily. I do have an Xbox as well, but like I don't know, like Elder Scrolls is fine, but like I tried playing it once and I just couldn't really get into it. And Fallout, same thing. Like I tried playing it once. They're kind of buggy games, So it kind of takes you out of the world.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm not sure if you knew this, but Bethesda sometimes makes buggy games. Did you know that?
Bethesda is probably the biggest company that makes the buggiest games.
Yeah, that's why like you don't usually buy them on release. Like you just wait until the definitive edition comes out and all the bugs are out.
Yeah.
At least that's what
But they never are.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear more about Elder Scrolls 6. I think they're going to announce more about it in this one because it's already been announced, and I got to imagine they'll talk about it in there. Maybe show some more
I mean,
gameplay.
it is exciting.
I don't think they said what region it's set in either, so maybe they'll say that.
I also wonder how it's going to tie into Elder Scrolls Online. Like, are they going to be shutting that down? Is it going to be like something that, like you can play as a companion? Like, what?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they are not shutting down Elder Scrolls Online.
No, it makes too much money. Why would they?
Yeah.
It'll just be like Final Fantasy 14, where they'll just keep it running until forever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Hey, they've still got OG Battlefront 2 servers going.
Yeah, as long as people are paying, they'll keep it going.
I think Final Fantasy 11 servers are like just recently shutting down.
Yeah, no, they'll keep going as long as there's money to be made.
Yeah, you know what also keep going as long as there's money to be made? Anime.
I smell a segue.
Anime. And we're going to talk about that anime in the news.
Here comes the news. This is the news song. Big news, guys. Top story. And I think this is a definitive top story because we so much love talking about this anime and / manga. There's going to be a new quintuplets chapter, guys. A new quintessential quintuplets chapter that takes place after the manga.
Oh.
We get to see our girls, but most importantly, we get to see Yotsuba.
We're going to see if it's not a dream.
Yeah, that's true. But hold your horses. Michael hasn't finished it.
And the listeners probably haven't finished it either.
Well, some of them have, some of them haven't. But I know Michael specifically in this conversation has not finished.
But the manga is well past what's in the show, right?
Oh, well, the manga's done. That's why this is a big deal. Yeah.
So it's like a bonus chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of like an epilogue, I think.
Oh, I didn't realize that the film is actually the finale for the story. So there's not actually going to be a season 3.
Yeah, we have to figure out a way to watch it so that we can all watch it.
We're going to it if it comes here, right?
Oh, it'll probably. I bet you they'll air it here.
I am, and I'll wear sunglasses and a mask, and I'll go in a hoodie so no one will identify me.
Say your guilty pleasure.
Wear your shame on your wear your shame on your sleeve, Cole.
Cole, wrong week.
So guilty.
So when you guys brought this up, I was like, why is a quintuplets chapter big news? And then I forgot that it's a completed manga.
Yeah, it's done, and they're just coming back to tell us how they're all doing. Yeah, it's exciting. I don't know.
wait, Mike.
There's not much else to say about it.
That we were just like, oh yeah, there's a new One Piece chapter coming out.
Well, no, because you guys always talk about your like rent a girlfriend and all that chapters. I'm like, okay, whatever. You guys are talking about your trash again.
No.
And then
quintuplets isn't trash.
No, I've watched it. I like it, but I didn't realize. I completely forgot that it was already done. The manga.
Yeah, exactly. So this is actual genuine news.
Yeah.
So. And it just resets the waifu wars, that is, which Quint is best. Let us know which Quint you think is best in the comments.
And why is it Miku?
And why is it Yotsuba?
And why is it Miku?
Whoever Michael likes this week.
Yes, Nino.
I like Nino.
Honestly, I mentioned this in our Discord server. Nino's like the net best girl of Quints.
Nino?
Probably.
I thought it was Itsuki was the...
I don't think so. I think Nino is like everyone's second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
probably.
By being everyone's second favorite, she just jumps up to being like the top.
Yeah.
Overall.
Just by I get it. I got that.
Because I think Nino is probably second best to me.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It goes Yotsuba.
Wrong.
Nino.
Yes.
Itsuki.
Yep.
No. Miku. Itsuki. Ichika for me, I think.
Okay, that was a good wrong take. Miku is at the top, and then trailing far behind by Nino. Then Itsuki, Yotsuba, and Ichika.
Have I told you guys that Miku is like easily the worst Quint?
How dare you?
Yeah. No,
easily.
I kind of agree. She's kind of the most boring one.
She's the most boring. She looks the worst. It's just like,
How dare you? She is the best. She's adorable.
You know
she's just kind of cute, but I mean they're all Quints, so like they're all cute, and she plays video games, so everybody loves her.
Yeah.
No, she's
I hate people who wear their I don't want the headphones on her all the time either. Let's stop that.
You know what, Michael? You're kind of Like I always put Miku as fourth just for Jay, but
Wow. How
I
dare
think,
you?
I think Mike's got a point here.
I don't
This
need
might
your
be-
pity.
this might
I'm
be the
you know
worst
what?
one.
I'm leaving the podcast.
I don't need your pity. I'm leaving. I'm running away.
This week on Jay is Dramatic. You know what else is dramatic?
What?
That over half of Netflix subscribers in 2021 watched anime.
Of course, because welcome to the world, the
Hey,
real
Netflix.
world where everybody likes anime.
Invest in weebs.
Yeah.
We'll invest back in you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their head of their anime department, Kohei Obara, said, anime is one of the cornerstones of our investments in Japan, watched by nearly 90% of our members here last year. At the same time, interest in anime has grown worldwide, and more than half of our members globally have tuned into it in the last year.
I believe it.
I believe it too. That's huge. Anime is huge these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you had to sit in your closet and pretend like you didn't watch anime out in the open?
Yeah, remember.
We got to remember
when you
too.
did that?
This includes like Yu-Gi-Oh and Avatar: The Last Airbender and stuff. Because as
Yeah.
far as Netflix is concerned, if it's a cartoon, it's anime, which is also how Japan considers anime too.
Yeah, I mean, anime is literally Japanese for animation, right? So
yeah, so like Disney, like Encanto is anime in Japan.
Yeah. This week,
Can't wait for Injoto.
Japanese license from Jay.
Yeah,
anime means animation.
Anime.
That's
I don't think there's a ton to talk about there though. Really,
I just
anime is
think,
more popular than ever.
Speaking
I think it just kind of.
Yeah, I was going to transition to that. Jay, hit it.
Oh, I was just.
Okay.
I didn't...
Also, I thought you were all ready.
No.
Bubble.
I thought I had a feeling, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I forget who this movie is by, but it's a highly anticipated movie. It is out as of April 28th on Netflix. It's by Wit, but I thought it was by a acclaimed director or something too.
Oh, I don't know.
The director also directed Death Note and also I think worked on Attack on Titan.
There you go. There's some pretty good resume. Currently, it has a 47% tomato meter, so that's critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 75% audience score. So what that really says to me is that it's probably entertaining, if not like anything mind-blowing.
Yeah,
it's probably worth watching just for entertainment's sake.
I've heard one specific thing about it, but I'll let you finish the report here, and then I'll say what I gotta say.
56% on Metacritic, which is just like a cumulative score of all the reviews. The highest I saw was 90%. The lowest I think was like 45%. So that's a pretty big range. The synopsis is: in Tokyo, where gravity is broken, a boy and girl are drawn to each other. The story is set in Tokyo after bubbles that broke the laws of gravity rained down upon the world. Tokyo has become a playground for a group of young people who have lost their families, acting as a battlefield for parkour team battles as they leap from building to building. Hibiki, a young ace known for his dangerous playstyle, makes a reckless move one day and plummets into the gravity-bending sea. His life is saved by Uta, a girl with mysterious powers, and the pair then hear a unique sound audible only to them. Why did Uta appear before Hibiki? Their encounter leads to a revolution that will change the world. So
I have a question.
What's up?
Yeah.
How would bubbles that break the laws of gravity rain down? If it breaks the laws of gravity, wouldn't it go like in whatever direction?
No, if it breaks the laws of gravity, then it would go down because bubbles float up.
They kind of just go wherever, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then they wouldn't all rain down, right?
I think what they mean by the part that they break the laws of gravity is that can't you like, based on what I see in the trailer, don't you like basically, okay, spoiler alert for anyone listening, we haven't watched this yet, but I'm pretty sure the bubbles let you like jump super high. So maybe that's what it's talking about.
Spoiler alert for the trailer of the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I meant the spoiler alert was that we haven't watched this and we're talking
no, we haven't.
I'm just jokingly criticizing the text.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about this is, based on everything I've seen about it, it is stunning to behold, but it is less than desired. It leaves a lot on the table in terms of plot. That it's not a very, very good film, but it is incredible in terms of art and animation.
It sounds like something I'd like. I usually like just like where a show you can just turn your brain off and watch it and just look at all the pretty lights and colors.
Just watch the spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is fine too. Sometimes that's okay.
Yeah.
You can't always have incredible stories. I mean, right?
Exactly. Incredible stories like one where your stepmom's daughter is your ex or something like that.
Whoa, it's like you're psychic because they just announced that, or they just revealed a trailer for that kind of plot.
What
wow,
plot?
Jay, it's like you're psychic. You just talked about this last week.
No
I
way.
did.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
So that light novel that I was talking about last week, its anime is coming out in July, and we got a trailer for it. And
that anime is called Domestic Girlfriend.
Domestic Girlfriend Season 2. No, my stepmom's daughter is my ex. They revealed a new trailer for the anime on Tuesday, and it talks about reveals the opening theme by Dialogue. They did the song, what is that, Deneb and Spica.
Sure, that's close enough, I'd say.
By Dialogue Plus.
Spisa?
Sure. I'm probably butchering this. You can look it up yourself.
At this point, it's expected that we butcher the names of things.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I called Senko-san Senko-san earlier, so.
It sure is a helpful fox, Senko-san.
Senko-san.
I just imagine.
Sorry, Jay.
Like
we keep derailing,
like a bushy mustache.
We keep derailing J. Cole.
I'm sorry.
And then they revealed more cast staff members for the anime, and then it's coming out in July.
That's really soon for like an announcement.
Yeah. I think they
away.
announced the anime like back in either December or early January, and like they just like said like, hey, it's coming, and now we're like actually getting more details about it.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, like the entire anime was already made. They just gonna basically recycle Domestic Girlfriend stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Even kind of like I watched the trailer and it even kind of just like looks like it. Like it just.
So
if you put them side by side, I, as someone who doesn't observed either of these properties, would know the difference.
Yeah.
So essentially the story of this light novel and now anime is about a couple that broke up about 3 months prior to the beginning of the story. And it turns out that their parents got married and now they have to coexist with each other, having just become exes and having all that baggage of being a couple. And so it's just like, trying to find that line between how siblings act and how they can handle each other because they broke up. And it goes into like why they broke up and whether it was like right for them to have broken up and things like that. And
sounds like a laugh-a-minute riot.
It's not as spicy as Domestic Girlfriend. I think that one's like a lot more.
Nothing is,
drama.
Jay. Nothing is that spicy.
This is more played for like slice of life rom-com.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But it's cute. I think it's cute. The next volume releases tomorrow, as of this episode going out, of the light novel, and I'm probably gonna read that once it comes out. But yeah, not really too much to say about it. I'm looking forward to the anime, and yeah. Speaking of new anime coming out in the summer, anyone want to pick up this next one?
Okay, I'll pick it up. Sailor Moon's manga's final arc is getting 2 new films.
Michael, I'm sorry, I can't read, so I couldn't do it.
All good. Yep. The final arc is Sailor Moon Cosmos, and there's going to be 2 films coming out in early summer 2023. The special program commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Sailor Moon anime revealed on Thursday that the Shadow Galactica arc, the final arc of the original manga for Sailor Moon, is going to get a 2-part anime film entitled Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Cosmos the Movie. A very original title. And it's going to open in Japan in early summer 2023. There's a new visual and trailer that you can go watch if you're interested in this. I just thought it was important to include this because Sailor Moon's a monstrous property at this point.
I've heard of Sailor Moon.
I think Cole's the only one who's watched it as an adult here.
Well, his dad loves Tuxedo Mask. It's his
My dad's favorite superhero is Tuxedo Mask.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Man, Sailor Moon's really good. But I think we talked about it. Was it just last week where I said that Cardcaptor Sakura is probably better than Sailor Moon?
We did. Yep, that was last week.
I think that was last week.
But hey, that's no knock against Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is the OG. It's still good.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch this. To be honest, I'd probably seek this out and watch it. Have
you watched like the new Sailor Moon, like Crystal and all that?
I started it. I think what a lot of people say is kind of my feelings. Like, it seems like early Sailor Moon was better as the original, and then Crystal kind of it's like Crystal starts off poor and then gets better and better and better, whereas the original Sailor Moon just kind of does the opposite. Starts off really good and then kind of slopes down.
Okay.
So I think where I'm at in terms of the actual anime, I'd probably switch over to Crystal, because I think Crystal does what like FMA Brotherhood did, where it follows the manga a bit more.
Yeah, it cuts
Less
out all
filler.
the filler and stuff. But I've heard from a few people that the filler is kind of what made Sailor Moon good.
Yeah, to a lot of people. But, I think that's nostalgia for people.
I know there are a lot of people that say that Naruto's filler is good because it's their...
Because that's what they watched.
Yeah.
Some of it's good, as someone who has, like, no nostalgia for it.
Well, never forget the Seiyu for Sailor Moon is the Seiyu for Masato, so... Just saying.
So, who's your favorite Sailor Scout? Go.
Sailor Venus. Or
Mike?
Jupiter.
Uranus.
Mars.
Yeah, you would say Mars.
You would say Mars. Of course.
Look. Mars is really attractive, okay?
Well, sure, they all are. That's the point.
Yeah, but like Mars is like right up my alley, okay?
I actually don't remember which one's which.
Wait, which one? No, did I say Venus?
You said
which one's the blue-haired one? I said...
Hold on.
I think that's Jupiter?
No, Jupiter's the brown-haired one. She's the big girl. I like her, too. Which is the blue-haired one? Is that Mercury? I think it's Mercury, actually.
I can tell you in like 2 seconds.
The short hair, blue hair girl one?
Yeah, of course. She's got short hair.
Yeah.
That's Mercury.
Yeah, that's Mercury, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the one. Not Venus. Venus is meh.
You would say Mercury.
You would say Mercury,
of course I would. She's the smart girl with short hair. And Jupiter's the Genki girl, or the tomboy.
Isn't Uranus like super tall?
I don't really remember any of the like later ones. I know like Saturn and Uranus.
Oh,
and Pluto.
Wait, is Uranus a guy?
No.
What's going on here?
They're all girls.
I'm confused now.
I thought they were all girls.
I am very confused. According to the Sailor Moon wiki, Sailor Uranus is Haruka Tenno, and it looks like a guy to me.
Well, isn't Haruka...
Chime in in the comments or message me on Twitter if you know what
Mike,
the heck's going on. I'm so confused.
Mike, you're about to get destroyed.
I know. I'm so confused.
How could you not know which Sailor Scout is your favorite Sailor Scout?
Fights along her partner and lover, Sailor Neptune.
Yeah, they're gay.
They're just gay.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, like it's a very progressive show as well.
Yeah.
But then in the localization, they turn them into cousins for some reason, as if that was better.
That makes even less sense.
That doesn't even change anything because in Japan you can marry your cousin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Things
90s
were
a
in
weird
the 90s.
time.
Yeah. Just let them be gay. It's fine.
Exactly.
Just be gay.
Just be you.
Yeah.
Just be gay.
That's the message of the AniPro podcast. Just be you.
Just be you. Be gay.
Just be you and be proud of it.
And
yeah, exactly.
If you're going to be you, you might as well send in a mailbag in our Discord server. We have a special channel for mailbags. We have one this week from Kratos and Eggs. They want to hear mine and Jay's and Cole's reaction to last week's episode of One Piece. Because
let's start with
possibly be the best episode of One Piece ever.
Let's start in terms of viewership. So we'll start with the person who's seen the least One Piece, and that would be me.
Who could that be? Oh, Cole.
That would be me.
How much One Piece have you watched?
I thought you've seen every episode and like are the biggest fan of One Piece.
I have watched at least 1 or 2 seconds of One Piece.
Right.
In preparation for this mailbag.
Yes. And this most recent episode was, let me tell you, it sure was an episode of anime, guys.
Sure was. Did you cry?
I looked like Luffy with his toilet mouth.
You can't be a One Piece fan unless you cried at an episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, color me a non-One Piece fan.
If One Piece doesn't make you cry, you're not a One Piece fan.
Yeah.
if you haven't seen any One Piece, then you're not a One Piece fan.
It's outrageous. It's like you'll watch it and you're like, this looks ridiculous. This is like a cartoon. Like this is for little baby children. And then all of a sudden you're like, there's like a jump cut and you're like weeping openly on the couch.
Honestly, I see people talk about One Piece and I think like, why is everyone brainwashed by this cartoon? Like I honestly think like, am I like Is everybody playing a prank on me? Is the universe conspiring against me?
That's how I feel about Attack on Titan.
To say that One Piece is so good, and I'm like,
that's how I feel about Attack on Titan, man.
I don't get it. They all look so stupid.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's kind of like one of those shows where you have to get over the look of it, or be. I honestly like the look of it because it's like so silly. It kind of takes you out of it a bit, and then it just
that's
like.
A problem.
But it catches you off guard because it's so silly a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And then it'll just go into something like super deep. And then Oda is so good at writing, like, he'll just write these one-off characters who you think, or I guess you think they're one-off characters, but they're probably going to come back like 400 episodes later and have like this crazy dark backstory.
And you're like, when they come back, you're going to be like, who are you again? Oh, right, you.
Yeah.
And like, then
and they're actually crucial to the story somehow. And it's like, what is going on? You are a master, Oda. On it, I guess this is the point where I talk about it. I'm in the Doflamingo, what do you call that arc? Dressrosa arc right now, so I have no thoughts on the newest episode. All I know is that I like who's the girl with the bluey greeny hair? I think she's a dragon or something.
Yamato.
I like her. She looks good.
Yeah. Can't really get into.
Okay, Jay, give us an actual
Jay, give us actual thoughts.
Okay. So obviously it looks really good. And I think that there's a really big reason for that. And can you guys guess what that reason is?
Do you cry? Is it very touching?
No. For why the animation's really good, because the animation is probably one of the big reasons why it's so good. Why this episode specifically was talked about a lot.
Is it because they had 3 weeks
to the devil?
Is it because they had 3 weeks to work on it?
You've got it, Mike. I think it's because they had a lot of time to work on it, because normally these people have like a week to work on it, but like now with this episode they've had so much more time to draw, animate, and like direct and actually like make the best thing possible. Like even if you look at the lip flaps from the show, it's like if you think about like Akira, like if you think about Akira, where like the lip flaps are like perfectly in sync with the voices. That's kind of like how the lip flaps are in like this new episode. It's well directed. The lighting is good. Like it's just a really well animated, well shot, and well directed episode. And I think it's mainly Toei just taking full advantage of the fact that they had time.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen.
Full disclaimer, this is only from what I've seen. I don't watch One Piece, I only read the manga. So this is only based off of what off of the couple of clips I've seen.
Just as something to think about, I'd maybe just go watch this episode. Like if you've just are a manga reader, it sounds like this episode's worth the hype to just watch it. Because I think it's filler, is it not? Like it's not actually manga?
So it is like actually from the manga. It's just like they added a lot.
Right, that's what I meant. Is it's not the stuff that people are going crazy for is not in the manga.
You guys want the ultimate experiment?
What's that?
Should I go just watch this episode?
Do it.
Actually, there you go, Cole. You watch the episode.
I'll watch this episode. Come back.
I'll watch this episode. I'll give you guys a report next week.
Okay, good.
Okay. You've got two things to watch now.
Okay, but before we do that, we should probably go to a break.
Yeah, let's go to a break.
Yeah,
so you can watch
that sounds like a good idea.
Let's go to the break so I can watch an episode, and then I'll report on it next week.
Okay.
We've got a whole topic to talk about this week, which is the top 10 anime.
Oh my god, we're already like 45 minutes in. Holy.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while. That's okay. There's lots of news, and we'll have more stuff to talk about when we come back.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait.
Break.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Listen up, anime protagonists. Welcome back from the break. I'm Mike, He's Jay, and that guy's Cole.
Hi.
I want to welcome you back with a quick thought about strawberry milk. Let's say you drink too much strawberry milk and have to use your bathroom in the middle of the night. But it's cold outside your bed, and you don't want to get up. But the urge to urinate is just too strong. You make up your mind to go. You run to the bathroom, you stand in front of the toilet and let loose. You think that all your life has led to this moment, but then you realize it isn't the bathroom. You're still in bed. That feeling of lukewarm wetness spreads like wildfire, but you don't stop. You can't stop. That's what I'm talking about. Do you get the truth of strawberry milk? Do you get it? We're going to be discussing the top 10 anime rankings on MAL and AniList this week. And we're going to be talking about the ratings and also the popularity rankings for those anime as well. And we're going to look at the list and talk about it.
Jay, was that a strawberry milky reference?
That was the best return intro I've heard so far.
That was Gintama, right?
Yeah, that was Gintama.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
Gintama,
good.
absolutely.
Me and my brother always talk about strawberry milky because they call it strawberry milky in the dub or in the sub.
Yeah, strawberry milky.
Yeah,
Delicious.
Strawberry milky.
I love
Nutritious.
strawberry milky.
Makes you piss your bed.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about top 10 or 11 possibly. Best shows from MAL and AniList, but before we do that, maybe we'll mention what the most popular ones are.
Before we do that, Mike, what's on your mind?
What? Strawberry milky.
Strawberry milky, obviously.
Yeah,
now I want some
obviously.
strawberry
True.
milky. I'm not sure how the strawberry milky would mix with my current beverage of choice.
Oh, terribly. My
But it-
soju plus strawberry milky, awful.
My ginger ale plus strawberry milky would be awful.
Yeah. Strawberry milky, good, only on its own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to quickly say, though, I included, when I was making up the list, I was basically looking through the rankings and putting them in a little document here. And the top 10s were pretty much all like kind of what you'd expect. And then I just felt like when I kept looking at the list, I'm like, oh, the 11th, the one that just didn't make the cut was like a super interesting pick for most of them. So I kind of just, it's a top 11, which kind of doesn't have the same ring, but
Yeah, but it
yeah.
kind of differentiates them a little bit. So it's okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, what do you guys say we maybe mention? Let's start with MAL and go with popularity ones first.
Sure.
Sure.
Do you want me to read them out?
If you please, Michael.
Okay. So on MAL, the 11th most popular anime of all time,
Mhm.
Attack on Titan Season 2.
Yeah.
Which, like, I feel like that makes sense. Like, it's
Yeah.
a second season of a super popular show.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to notice a trend with the popularity rankings right away. It's all season ones except for what I just said, pretty much. Which makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Number 10, Your Name.
Mhm.
Number 9, Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Number 8, Naruto. Original Naruto,
Naruto.
not Shippuden.
Yeah.
Number 7, Tokyo Ghoul.
Yep.
Number 6, My Hero Academia Season 1. Number 5, Sword Art Online.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Number
go.
4, One Punch Man.
Mm.
Number 3, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yep.
Number 2, Death Note. Number 1, Attack on Titan Season 1. Those are the 10 or 11 most popular anime on MAL. So that's the 10 shows that the most people on MAL have watched to completion. Or started, I think? I don't know exactly which one it is.
It's basically just have it on their anime list. So like it could be planned, watched, dropped, whatever.
So
honestly,
Attack on Titan's on there twice. So
Yeah.
that tells you why it breaks the internet every time something crazy happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Attack on Titan Season 2 is on this list.
I think it's only because it's just the season 2.
I know a lot of people kind of drop Attack on Titan after Season 2,
Yeah.
though.
Well, I think
Jay.
that's because I think the majority of people dropped it after season 2 because of the big gap between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
that's fair. Should I go into the AniList popularities and then we can kind of compare and talk about the ones that made the list?
Yeah, let's look at the actual ratings and the ranking.
Or are we going to just do MAL and then AniList?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to do popularity first. and
No,
then
let's
ratings.
do
Gotcha.
them one at a time. Yeah, so we'll go
Gotcha.
MAL. Yeah.
By site, not by category.
Yeah.
Okay, so the MAL ratings, the number 11 is Legend of the Galactic Heroes. And I thought that was an interesting pick there.
hmm Well, I think that's just one of those ones where probably makes the list because it's kind of that show that it kind of gets the, well, you got to watch it. You got to watch it if you're an anime fan. You have to watch
Yeah.
But
Legend
it's-
of the Galactic Heroes.
It's actually kind of impressive that it made this list because it's like a 1988 OVA
Mm-hmm.
that's only in sub, and
Yeah.
like it's, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shows that it stands the test of time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
it's, like,
honestly,
super
like
obscure.
I know a lot of people find alternate means of watching things, but it's only available on one streaming site, which arguably is kind of niche, even in the niche of anime. It's only on High Dive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this is the original Legend of the Galactic Heroes, not the
Right.
the new
No.
thesis or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, Dainu Tess. Oh, sorry. 1988 to 1997 it aired. Sorry, I kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the next one is Gintama and Chusen. You guys might be able to. There you go. Number 9 is Fruits Basket, the final season.
Oh, there it is. There's a good one. That's a good one.
This is a good list. I don't know anything about the Gintama ones, but I thought it was appropriate.
In Chosen, I kind of understand why. Like, the thing about Gintama is, like, people will, if like they like one season of it because it's just Gintama, they'll give every single season a 10.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking happened here, because you're gonna hear a lot of Gintama on the top rating list.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, curious, because Gintama doesn't show up on the popularity list at all.
That's what I was just gonna say, Cole. Is like, it's really interesting that it's all over the rating list and not on the popularity list at all. Like, not even.
The best way to describe Gintama is it's the most niche Shonen Jump anime that's like really good.
Oh, I like Gintama, what I've seen of it. It's just, there's so much to it.
Yeah, no, like,
it's intimidating.
I mean,
it's kind of a little obscure.
Yeah, like, when I say it's niche, like, not as many people know about it as, like, people who talk about things like Naruto or Bleach, One Piece, One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
And kind of like we were talking about like last week, is there's no dub. It's kind of hard to get, I think. Like, it's not super accessible, is it?
It's on
Crunchyroll.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Okay.
So one season is dubbed, and it's season 3.
Which is
okay,
weird.
right there.
Which is like, what?
That instantly makes me not want to watch it.
Why?
Yeah. Like, why?
Why season 3 though? That's
I know,
so
right?
Bizarre.
It's so bizarre. I think like they started dubbing it at the beginning, and then they just like gave up and then did season 3.
There's probably a really good German dub.
Probably. The rest of the list.
Okay, Fruits Basket final.
Of course, it belongs
very,
on
very,
there.
very, very good.
I believe that is like one of my top anime of all time. I have my list as well.
I'd probably say it was like a very good like wrap up to a good show.
Yep.
You know,
it's a good culmination.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like, Cole? Would you say it's like the top 10?
I could see why it would be the top 10 cumulatively, but I don't know. Maybe top 10 for myself. Maybe.
I don't know. I dropped it, so I don't really have much of a say in this.
I don't know. All I can say is
you never made it to the final.
All I can say is Yuki best boy. Moving on.
Number 8 is Hunter Hunter, or Hunter X Hunter. I feel like that's a pretty standard pick there. A lot of people like Hunter Hunter. It's kind of like the most critically acclaimed of the big shonens, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, yeah.
Other than one other that's going to come up, which is what we call a tease. The next 2 picks are Gintama, the final.
That's what we call in the industry a tease, everybody.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Number 7 is Gintama, the final, and number 6 is Gintama apostrophe.
Yeah, season 2. Season 2.
Okay, there we go.
Gintama, the final, is that
that's the
available?
Final movie.
Yeah, is that available here in the West?
So
yet?
It's not streaming, but there is a like, it is on Blu-ray, and you can buy the Blu-ray here.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. It's good. The thing I feel about Gintama is like it's a really the best way to describe it is it's anime Simpsons. Like, every character feels well fleshed out and likable.
Jay, you just blew my mind. That is...
it is Anime Simpsons.
That's a perfect description. It's Anime Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's actually
my
really
favorite
good.
Gintama episode is the monorail episode.
Yeah, like, you can think of like a different episode, and like if it's something that could be done, chances are Gintama's done it, right?
Yeah.
And like
it's satire on basically its entire genre. That
Yeah, and then
that's
like
actually like a really good take.
The thing that's crazy about Gintama though is like it gets serious later on, and when it gets serious, it like actually gets better.
Well, that's just like The Simpsons.
Just like The Simpsons, yeah.
Like The Simpsons is at its best when it's like heartwarming, and like honestly, there's I'm gonna kind of like play my cards here a little bit, but there's a Watch Mojo video of like the top 10 moments in The Simpsons that made you cry. Honestly,
top 10 Watch Mojo.
It gets me emotional, like
yeah.
Because The Simpsons is so good at, of course, it's like one of the funniest things ever. But like when it gets serious or emotional, man, there's nothing like it. Like,
and that's literally Gintama. Like, there's stuff that happens later on in the series that's like so heartwarming and like emotional that it's just like, man, this is a good show. Yeah. And then it makes you laugh like a couple episodes later. Like,
no, Jay, I think you just basically convinced me to pick back up Gintama, and I'm not watching Gintama, or I'm not watching Gintama because like I disliked it. It's just I haven't gotten back into it, but I think that's probably the best pitch anybody's ever given to me.
Now, Cole, I'm just gonna quickly like ancillary pitch onto that.
Yeah.
What you just said all applies to One Piece as well.
It does.
The Simpsons.
But Simpsons is
hilarious
pure comedy.
and goofy. Yeah.
The thing about One Piece, I wouldn't say it's like pure comedy. Like it's not a comedy show. It's comedy
more of
in
a
it.
shonen. Yeah.
But it's not a comedy show.
But at its heart, it's like a funny show with lots of gags that ends up being super heartwarming.
Yeah,
and,
no, like I mean,
heartbreaking too at the same time.
Yeah, no, One Piece has like it feels more like a complete package with everything, whereas Gintama leans more onto the comedy. But like both, like when they have their comedy moments, those comedy moments hit, and when they have their funny moments, their laugh, or when they have their serious moments, those are like really good. I'd say Gintama probably has like a more diverse and loving cast, just because like with One Piece, there are some characters that it's like, yeah, you can like, yeah, they're good, but they're not like this character, aside from maybe like the main Straw Hats, could be a protagonist in like their own arc, and I'd be fine with it. Whereas Gintama, it feels like any of these characters, they're just like all an ensemble.
Yeah. Okay. The show itself is the main character, if you will. Yeah. Anyway, next up, number 5.
We're gonna take a break in the Gintama podcast to talk about the top 5 anime on MAL by rating. We got number 5, Steins Gate.
I mean, classic. Like
classic.
One of the all-time sci-fi anime.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of people call that one a perfect anime, I'd say.
Yeah. I'd probably put it up there. It starts off slow because I did drop Steins Gate at like episode 5, and it really picks up like kind of episode 7, 8 kind of thing is when it like starts to really like sink its
when it really gets into like the plot and like the meat of the plot. It really starts to like get good, but until it actually gets into that meat, it's just kind of like it feels like it's feeling itself out, which like I mean is fair because it's based off a visual novel, so like it's trying to figure out what route you want to go on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Shout out to my boy John Teeter though.
Shout out to Best Girl Kurisu.
I like the one with the braids, or Kurisu, or Kurisu. Yeah, she's good too because she's. I like Kurisu because she's Kana Hanazawa, my favorite seiyuu. But I like the one with the braids too because she's kind of the Genki girl and tomboy a little bit. But shout out to my boy John Teeter. John Teeter. Yeah. Coast to Coast alumni, if you will. Little background. He was I don't know if he was a caller or something on Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, and that's where John Teeter came from. So a little connection with one of my all-time favorite spooky radio shows.
So, if you know what Coast to Coast is, please talk to Cole. He wants to talk about it.
I want to talk about OG Coast to Coast with Art Bell, not George Norrie. I don't want to talk about new Coast to Coast.
Oh, okay. So only if you know this very specific version of Coast to
Coast.
Coast
to Coast is it's not. You're talking like it's like the most niche thing in the world. It's pretty niche. If you're an anime fan and you like Coast to Coast, there's probably like a handful of us out there.
There's like 6 people who
Coast to Coast was a huge Coast to Coast was a huge radio show in the 90s.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of huge shows, number 4 on the MAL rating list, Spy X Family, famously has only 3 episodes currently
oh my
airing
God!
right now.
MAL, why?
This is a
good like. This is a part of why I don't use MAL.
Yeah,
this and the Gintama love is just part of why I don't use MAL, because it's like, come on, guys.
Number 4 anime of all time, Spy Family.
But that, you know what that says is just like anyone who's rated at this point has rated it probably a 10.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think maybe MAL, like there's just more people on MAL, I think, which is why they probably end up getting kind of these sometimes ridiculous ratings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to end up in the top 10, I don't think.
But... No, I think it's going to like end up with like an 8.6 once it's done.
Honestly, spoiler alert for our like anime or seasonal wrap up. I don't even think it's the best anime of the season. I think it's very, 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 very good, and that this season is like stacked. But I don't know, like I wouldn't say it's the best show of the season.
I think it'll wind up with like an 8.2.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
And I think that's fair. Like it's a really good anime.
And Kaguya-sama going to end up with like a 9 point something. But that kind of is just, it's still going to end up being more popular, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just because it's season 1.
Yeah. No,
right.
But I think Spy Family is good. Top 10? Absolutely not.
No,
that's
not
craziness.
That's insane.
I'm glad that we did it at this time to capture that part of like the crazy side of MAL, how like weird stuff like that happens. And we're like, none of us were like that surprised by it. We were just like, come on, MAL.
Yeah. That's just, I'm just surprised that like this, I'm surprised but not surprised. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The same thing happened with Your Name and Erased. Yeah. Like the moment Your Name dropped, number 1 on MAL. Like,
and that happens on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. Like when Spider-Man came out, No Way Home, it was rated like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just like kind of how the internet works.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, number 3, Attack on Titan season 3 part 2. Give us your thoughts on that pick, Jay.
Why is this number 3?
Honestly, probably
because it's amazing.
One of the best seasons of Attack on Titan.
Maybe I love Mappa AOT, but man, Wit AOT.
Honestly, the only thing that's better than Attack on Titan season 3 part 2 might be the most recent, like season 4 part 2.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
Season part 2, final chapter prologue.
Yeah, I don't even think that it's necessarily better. I just think it's on par. There's that one episode of season 3 part 2 that's like probably my favorite episode ever of anime.
Can you no spoilers tell me which episode, Cole?
It's the one where they're deciding on who to give the
Yep. Gotcha.
What? It's just so dramatic.
They're picking between crispy and battered.
Oh, I gotcha.
Chicken.
Got it.
Exactly.
Got it.
Which chicken will we pick?
The very crispy one or the one that's been tenderized and battered?
They're making toast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So number 2 is Gintama Circle.
Degree.
What is this one?
Degrees. This is season 3.
Okay. And is this definitively the best Gintama to you?
So I think if you're looking for a season of Gintama that like has it all, it has the highs of like the best comedy and also like one of the best serious arcs in not just Gintama but like anime. Like,
whoa,
it's really good.
Bold statement.
You know what? It is bold, but like it is really good. There hasn't been a moment in anime for me that like hit me as hard as some of the stuff that happened in this season of Gintama.
Really?
Yeah.
So, question.
Yeah.
With Gintama, can you, if I were to just watch the 3rd season of Gintama on its own, how would that go for me?
I think it would be fine. Like, a lot of Gintama is just like after stuff happens, it just goes back to status quo.
It's kind of episodic, right?
Yeah, more to the Simpsons. Yeah, I just don't see why you would though, because if every episode is just or if after every arc it goes back to status quo, why not just start at the beginning then?
Oh well, that's what if someone didn't want to watch
like
all
the
300
only
episodes
the
or
only
whatever
really
it is,
thing
right?
the only real thing that like doesn't go back to status quo is at the end of season 3. It kind of like wraps up for the final arc of the series.
Gotcha.
So after season 3, it just kind of is like, okay, now everything's like, let's go final season.
Just want to quickly clarify. Mal ranks this one as season 4 of Gintama.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think the reason they call it season 4 is because they consider Enchosen different from Gintama apostrophe when like they're technically the same.
Wow.
Oh,
just like,
okay. There you go. And then the number 1 rated show on Mal is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I think that's what is there to say about that?
I mean, there's a reason
like
why
the
it's been
chalk pick.
Number 1 for so long, and nothing against it.
Here's the thing about me is that like a lot of the reason that FMA is at number 1 is because a lot of people who are huge fans of it review bomb everything else to make sure it stays at number 1.
Well, you could say that about all the shows.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
They all do that.
Like, does that take anything away from the show? Like, maybe it shouldn't be number 1, but like, I definitely think it definitely. If Spy Family is number 4, this belongs in the top 5.
I'm not saying that like it doesn't deserve to be here. I'm just saying like there's a couple like sour grapes because like the fandom's a little bit toxic.
You're just
bitter. Jay, you were just talking about how Gintama is so great.
Yeah, but I wouldn't review bomb everything else.
Yeah, but they rated every season of it a 10.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Like every fandom has its weirdness.
Yeah, no, like I when I say that, I'm not trying to say like, oh, Gintama should be number 1. You know, I'm just like saying that like
and honestly,
it's there not because it deserves it, but because like anything that tries to get better than it gets bombed below it.
The only argument I'd have against that is why, if that's the case, why aren't shows that are more popular like Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia even in the top 10?
It's a very niche group of people who review bomb things. Like that, it's like 1 in 1,000.
Yes, people. I know, but 1 in 1,000 people when the show has 1 million viewers versus 100,000, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Right.
It's probably even lower than that, honestly. Like you just notice.
No, I know, but
7 people review bomb something. Right?
I mean, let's look at My Hero Academia, for example. It has a notoriously toxic fan base.
Oh yeah,
right. So, and for it to not even be in the top 10 or 11 in this case,
right?
It's just interesting to me that is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I just want to wonder, like, how many people who are fans of My Hero Academia like avidly use MyAnimeList.
That's
true.
The other
thing too is a lot of people don't use it.
Yeah, there's kind of that Venn diagram of people who are anime fans who are like diehard specific property fans versus people who use MAL. Whereas
I would say
Full
the
Metal
vast majority
Alchemist
don't use MAL.
Yeah, where Full Metal Alchemist is like just enough into that like hardcore anime fandom where that's a good point, Jay. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah.
You can kind of see that on here. Like FMA has been watched by. It says the score is based on 1.8 million users rating it that, whereas something like let's go Gintama season 4 is only 200,000 users that rated it that. So like that kind of just shows you like the percentage of people that are really watching this. Whereas Spy X Family is also only 130,000 at this point.
Yeah, but that's a 10 out of 10 show. Like, Spy Family.
And you know what? Like I'll stand up for FMA. I honestly think it deserves to be for sure top 10. I think honestly 100%. Pretty much all of these do. I don't know Gintama, but
top 10, like absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Gintama, honestly, like I feel like if you were to like compile it into like one show instead of like spreading it out for every season, then like put it in the top 10, but like having it dominate the entire list kind of seems a bit ridiculous.
That is one thing, like for people who are maybe just starting to get into anime in this sense of it, like where, you know, like the anime meta game, if you will.
Yeah.
You start to realize that like Gintama kind of dominates on like top 10 rankings because for stuff like this, it ranks every season individually, which is kind of an issue I have with both AniList and MAL. I wish it would just kind of
Just save the whole show.
Yeah, give you the option to at least kind of, if you wanted to, like, boil down everything into one show rather than each individual season. But
yeah, that'd be nice.
It's kind of hard to do that because, like, with every season, like, if they add a new season, it's easier to just add a new page than to, like, go in and edit the old one to add more episodes.
But on the top 10 list, you could just put, like, a thing saying, like, hide sequels or something.
Yeah.
Or make the average of them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand why they do it. I'm just wishful thinking,
Yeah, I agree, Cole. I'd like that as well.
Yeah.
It's just, like, a less interesting list to me to have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the top 10 are the same show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just not very interesting to me.
Yeah.
But you know what is interesting to me?
What?
The top 11 most popular shows on AniList are anime tracking service of choice.
Of course.
Number 11, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the 11th most popular show. Attack on Titan Season 2 is the 10th. Sword Art Online is the 9th. Tokyo Ghoul is the 8th. One Punch Man is the 7th. Jujutsu Kaisen is the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter x Hunter is the 5th. 4th, we got My Hero Academia Season 1. 3rd, Death Note. 2nd, Demon Slayer Season 1. And number 1 most popular show on AniList is Attack on Titan Season 1. And I thought it'd be kind of interesting if we just compared and contrasted this with the MAL popularity rankings, which we have here.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the obvious one that kind of stands out is the number 1 is the same for both AniList and MAL. It's Attack on Titan Season 1. Which,
honestly, like, it's not that big of a surprise. Like, I mean, Attack on Titan, when Season 1 started, like, it was the big show to watch that season, right?
Yep.
And every subsequent season that came out was the big show to watch that season.
Yep. It's
It's
surprising.
very popular.
It's surprising, but also not surprising. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not surprising in the sense of what you just said. It was the big show to watch at the time, but, like, it is surprising in the sense that it's been so long since it came out, and it's still sitting at number 1.
Dude, it's been 9 years since Attack on Titan debuted.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think probably the more surprising one really is that Season 2 is on both of these lists for Attack on Titan. It's the only Season 2 on this list.
On both of them?
On both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of an achievement on its own.
Demon Slayer, for me, kind of is interesting, too. It's number 2 on AniList, but number 9 on MAL.
Yeah.
That's a big...
That just, like, kind of shows, like, the difference in clientele, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then how low FMA is on AniList compared to MAL.
Yeah, that is kind of weird to me, too. But you know what? I wonder if it's just AniList is a little newer than MAL. I wonder how much of that is just the people on AniList maybe haven't actually watched. Like, probably less people have watched it on AniList, would be my guess.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anything else stand out to you guys? I mean, looking at these lists, this pretty much looks like a pretty good... Hey, do you want to get into anime? Here's a good, like, gateway / introduction to anime list.
Yeah.
Just go to the top 10. Any of these will do.
Yeah, I mean...
Find one that looks interesting to you.
Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I'd probably lean towards AniList in terms of the top 10 popularity. I mean, it's got shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a bit more modern. Tokyo Ghoul.
It just kind of seems like a newer list.
Yeah, it just seems a bit more... I don't want to say better.
Yeah, it's up to date, I'd say. I don't know.
Whereas, I guess the two that
More
are swapped out,
the...
Naruto is on the MAL list and Your Name, which are both good, but I'd probably still take the AniList one over it, even though I love Your Name. Naruto is good as well, but I think Shippuden's better. Sorry.
The one that surprised me here was that One Punch Man's actually on both of these. I don't know. I didn't realize it was that popular.
Oh,
it was huge when...
I know it was huge, but I just didn't realize it was still that
Mike,
popular.
you got to remember the Netflix effect. The first season of One Punch Man is on Netflix.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
you also got to remember
everybody.
this is like all time. This isn't just like current, right?
Yeah, that's why I was saying I was surprised it was so popular because it's all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what's not on here that I'm surprised about, honestly, now that I think about it?
What's
Dragon
that?
Ball Z.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Like we said before on our Gateway Anime podcast, though, Dragon Ball Z is just not popular these days, I don't think. Like,
I know it's not popular these days, but like, who hasn't watched Dragon Ball Z? Jay,
I think a lot.
I know you're gonna say me, but
I think a lot of Dragon Ball has to do with nostalgia factor.
Yeah, and probably the people who did watch it never recorded it. Like, I know...
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, is the people who are Dragon Ball fans probably don't use sites like AniList.
That's true. I would guess. That's true. Yeah.
Just because, like, they kind of are generally more casual fans, in my experience.
Yeah.
Should we... Any more thoughts before we go into the AniList ratings for the top 11?
No, I think we could probably
I think we pretty much captured it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 11, most highest rated show on AniList is Gintama. Jay, help me.
Let's go with season 2.
Season 2, okay. And then number 10 is Gintama season 2 and Chaosen.
Yeah.
I've heard of these shows.
Yeah. These
so
right away sound familiar.
Right away, we got Gintama appearing on the list. Basically, should tell you Gintama's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's not a good indicator, just wait and maybe you'll see some more.
Possibly.
There might be. Number 9, we got Steins Gate appearing here, which is different from its ranking on the other one, whereas number 5.
Yeah, so number 9 here on AniList, number 5 on Steins Gate.
Yeah, I think
both fair.
Sorry.
I think that, like, looking at just the list in general, and maybe we'll touch on it again, I think that, like, the audience on AniList seems like a bit more grown up than the people who are ranking on MAL.
Yeah, I mean, coming up on some of the later picks or higher picks, like, I feel like it's a bit more of a mature audience. I mean, not saying that maybe the shows that were like the top shows through MAL weren't mature, but I don't know.
It might just be the popularity factor, because more people use MAL, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It might just be that more people use MAL and more people are. I don't know.
I think with more people, you get more of a It's difficult because people who record their anime aren't necessarily casual.
No. Just by having an account on either of these websites, you are no longer a casual.
Yeah.
But there's degrees of casualness, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Next up, we got the number 8 pick, which is Hunter x Hunter, which is exactly the same ranking as it is on MAL for rating.
I wanted to...
Which is fitting, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to make a note of that. It's the exact same on both. Number 8 on both MAL and on AniList, which I think is fun. That's interesting.
I think, it's interesting for sure.
It's also a lot more popular on AniList than it is on MAL. Like, I mean, if you look at the top 10, it's number 5 on AniList, whereas it's not even on MAL.
Yeah.
Or like their top 10 at least.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not even on the MAL popularity list. That's kind of surprising to me, actually, now that I look at that.
That is surprising, because Hunter x Hunter is on Netflix, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with the length.
That's true. That's kind of what's kept me from watching Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
Oh, what's that? I'm getting crucified in the comments? Yeah, sorry, I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter.
Like, the only long one on MAL is Naruto, and that's like one of the most popular Shonen Jump anime.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and
the
that's
big
probably
3, right?
a lot of people who watched it when they were younger, too.
Yeah.
But then I guess you could say the same thing about Dragon Ball Z.
Who's revisiting Dragon Ball Z, though? Listen, I watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid, and I watched Dragon Ball Super, and I watched Broly and all of that. Dragon Ball Z is not good.
No, hot take.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not wrong.
Dragon Ball Z sucks.
He's not
Honestly,
wrong.
Here's the thing with Dragon Ball Z. I think Twitter and like the internet wrecked Dragon Ball Z, because a lot of people don't like Dragon Ball Z fans on the internet. Kind of like what you're saying about My Hero Academia. There's a lot of like negative things that go along with it.
They get
so then by that people don't post about it. It gets less popular.
Yeah, they get a bad rap.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Number 7 on our AniList rating list. Owari Monogatari. GE.
Ge?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's the 3rd season. Yeah, it's the 3rd.
I've never made it this far.
It's the best arc of
ending.
It's the best arc of Monogatari. It's the
Owari Monogatari 2nd season.
It's the
3rd season of Monogatari
when Senjugahara goes snaky.
Koyomi wakes up to see Mayoi Hachikuji before him, the girl who supposedly has gone to the afterlife. She tells Koyomi that they're currently in the lowest levels of hell.
Yeah, this is like where it introduces Ogi and actually like gets into into that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking
that sounds interesting. I should continue my watch of Monogatari.
I'm thinking mostly of the Senjugahara portion of it, where she's like teaming up with what's his name?
Oh, with Kaiki Deishu?
Yeah, to try to convince Senjugahara to I'm trying to tiptoe around it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to talk too much about it.
Yeah,
right?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's interesting that this is the only Monogatari that makes any of these lists.
Honestly,
because like it's such a popular show and it's such a beloved show. I was surprised to see it only in one spot.
It is a beloved show, maybe not the most popular.
Yeah, like it's kind of one of those shows where like if you know what it is, you love it. But like not everyone knows what it is.
It's pretty niche.
Kind of like Gintama, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty niche because like the people who are rating stuff are gonna give it good ratings. But most people who are on these sites probably aren't watching Monogatari, which is unfortunate. Right. Everyone should go watch Monogatari. It's good.
Really good.
It is very good.
So good.
I agree. I'm still in season 2. So
pretty much anything written by that guy, Nishio Ishin, is like spectacular.
Nisei Monogatari is underrated. Everybody says it's the worst one. Which maybe it is.
Junie
the worst
Tyson
one.
by him, and it was just okay.
Okay, I think that one's an outlier.
Yeah. Speaking of incredible anime.
Speaking of incredible anime 6, by Shaft.
3 Gatsu no Lion, Sangatsu no Lion. March comes in like a lies, and season 2 is the number 6 rated show on
my
AniList.
Favorite show of all time. One of my two number 2
show.
Are 2 10 out of 10s. Yeah. I'm directly contributing to this being.
Is the other one
the other one is
Evangelion?
No, the other one is A Silent Voice.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
No, Sangatsu no Lion is perfect in every way. I will not. I won't. I can't. Like honestly, you can make an argument. I can't hear it. I can't.
It pushes all your buttons, but like, man, I found it boring.
Oh, but you didn't watch season 2.
I watched season 1 and I found it boring.
No,
I thought season 2 was just a little bit better than season 1. I didn't think it was that much better.
But they're both terrific. Season 2 is like a 9.7. Season 1 is a 10.
Yeah. Anybody I know who likes film and stuff like that, like they love like filmography and like the way of story making and stuff like that, like they're kind of into like the nitty gritty of television and stuff like that. They all love Sangatsu no Lion. Whereas like anyone who's like kind of just more like I watch things that I like, less like the nitty gritty of it. They're just like, it's okay.
100%.
It's really good.
Like I think that's just any Shaft show.
Yeah,
which is like well directed. I honestly like
Shaft appeals to the critics.
One of my favorite arcs in anime is the whole bullying arc with Hina and in Sangatsu no Lion season 2.
I think that's what it starts with, right?
That's like the first arc of season 2. Yeah, it's so good. Like just
it is very good.
Like the character work in it is good. Ray kind of discovering feelings for other characters is sorry, I got halfway through saying that and then realized, maybe that's
let's not go crazy.
Yeah, but it's just it's so good. Everybody should watch Sangatsu no Lion.
It's all right.
I wouldn't say everybody should watch it.
I will say everybody should watch it.
Yeah.
If you like what Cole likes, sad boy stuff, then you'd like it.
You know what? No.
Or if you like you have to like slice of life stuff.
It's not just about sad boy. It's about maybe you do have to like sad boy anime because he is a sad boy at the beginning. But it's not about him being a sad boy. It's about him rising above being a sad boy. It's about finding like love and
he's
stuff.
learning to be a happy boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it's just learning to deal with the crippling reality that is this
learning
world
to move past pain and trauma. Yeah.
Speaking of moving past pain and trauma,
actually,
we're going to move on to the number 5 pick, which is a show that I would recommend to every single person who likes anime. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, number 5 highest rated show on AniList.
Yeah, this is definitely.
We already kind of talked about it, but
this is one.
There's
honestly,
a reason it's
I
top
think this
5
seems
for both.
like a more appropriate position for it, I would say.
Yeah. I don't mind rating it number 1 just for the fact that it's so universal. You know what I mean? Like,
in that sense, Mike's probably right.
Like
it's probably a very good gateway anime throwback to a couple weeks ago when we did that.
Yeah.
This would probably be one that should be on a list for everyone. It's very good.
Yeah, everyone who likes anime should watch this, and they will probably like it.
And everybody who doesn't like anime should watch this and then be like, oh, okay.
That's what anime can be?
I get it.
Wow, that was really good. Because it does everything. It goes super deep. You can just watch it and just love the fights and stuff like that. And it does everything. It's got a little bit of everything, and it does it all really well.
I love the sibling stuff in it. I mean, as an older brother, I really appreciate that.
If there were an animal girl, you'd probably like it just a little bit more, right, Cole?
Jay, you can bite me.
I was talking about anime.
I was trying to be sincere and heartfelt, and then you went and said something like that. How dare you?
He's so spicy.
I'd like to point out that none of these shows have elves in them, and
none of them have animal girls either. So not that
that is actually kind of
that I'd be interested.
An interesting thing to bring up. None of these shows, other than really one that I see off the top of my head here, are heavy on the fan service and like ecchi genre.
Monogatari.
That's the only one I
see. I was gonna say Spy Family, but it's really not. I just have.
Gintama has its ecchi moments.
I just have yours stuck in my head, but it's not ecchi. It's just
yours a cinnamon roll.
She's just good,
and also voiced by Saori Hayami, which is like, mwah.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it in our mid-season thing.
Yeah.
There's characters in that show other than Anya?
There are. Her mom.
There are.
Oh. That's the only reason I watched that show.
Mommy, what's her name? Mommy Yor.
Mommy Yor, yeah.
Your mommy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my god, she's a yo mama joke.
Oh my goodness. Let me move on. Number 4, we got Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. Again,
terrific.
Very good. Terrific. I miss Wit, but Mappa does a good job as well.
Mappa's fine. It's about the story, man. It's about the story.
Yep. But yeah, I could see why this one is the Attack on Titan one that makes the top list. I definitely get it.
Yeah.
It's number 4 on AniList and number 3 on MAL. So it's pretty universal there.
Yeah. Pretty universally praised.
Yep. Number 3, Gintama Circle.
Degree.
Season 5.
Degrees, which is season quote 4.
Yeah, there we go. Jay already probably said enough about that. Rated number 2 on MAL, rated number 3 on AniList. Again, universally beloved, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the next two, we actually have a little bit more of a controversy here. Number 2 on AniList, we got Fruits Basket, the final.
You really want to talk about Full Metal Alchemist?
I love
Full Metal Fruits Basket.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Basket.
Yeah. Yeah, again, we kind of talked
honestly,
about this.
I have no issue with it being this high. It's so good.
Neither do I.
It's so good.
Yeah. It does everything perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, like pretty much this entire list is just kind of a recommendations list. Like there's a reason they're rated this highly.
Yeah, it's a good romantic drama.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, more of a drama than the romance, I would even say.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
like the romance kind of takes a back seat at times.
She does end up with someone in the end, but like it's much more drama.
But the drama isn't based around who she'll end up with. I think that's the key.
Which is, I think, why I like it so much.
Mm-hmm. She knows who she wants and who she'll end up with. The best boy ends up kind of finding his
own boy or
his own,
without spoiling too much. But
I mean,
very
like
good.
This is number 2 on AniList.
Yeah,
everybody should watch it
by rating, but notably it doesn't show up on either of the popularity ones, which kind of tells you a lot about the state of shoujo.
That's so disappointing. Shoujo is
honestly,
so good.
Yeah.
Shoujo.
There are a lot of really good shoujo shows that just nobody gives a chance because it's quote unquote for girls.
That's my hot take. Like that's my biggest hot take about anime. Shoujo is better than shonen.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but like it really. The average person, I think, that watches anime is just not interested in romance.
But it's so much
to them,
better.
it's like the rom-com. It's like rom-coms of anime. Like
there's just
the average anime fans just not
so
interested.
much meat on those bones in shoujo.
Oh, I completely agree. It's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then number 1 on AniList is Gintama the Final, which is rated number 7 on MAL.
I really want to watch this just so I can understand.
like
Is this
Gintama in total.
Well,
Is this
specifically
something you
the
can
movie.
just watch it?
Yeah, I mean, like, Gintama, the final, like I said, everything that takes place after the fourth season, which is the 2015 one, is kind of like more serialized than everything else in Gintama.
Okay.
And it's mainly like they're in the final arc of the series, so it's all story based, and it's getting into Gintoki's past and all that. So
I don't know.
there is a bit more of a story to it.
I feel like I would know just enough from being like just from absorbing information about Gintama that I feel like I could probably dig into the final without needing to watch the rest of it. Which I want to watch the rest of it. I'm not giving myself an excuse to not watch it, but
Like,
I just want to watch the final just to kind of understand why it's so high on everybody's list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like when Gintama ended, because Gintama was a very weird beast in Shonen Jump, but like when Gintama ended, I just remember seeing like all the fan art of like Gintoki like leaving everyone that's like currently being published and going to like all the people like Goku, Yusuke, and all those characters from like Shonen Jump manga that are like done.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like, thanks for having me, kind of thing. And it was all emotional and sad.
And you cried.
And that I did cry.
You're a very easy cry.
I am a very easy cry. That is a fact about Jay.
That's kind of, you could say that about pretty much any long running thing that ends though. Like when I watched Naruto and I got to the end of it, I was like, wow, that's kind of sad. I'm getting to the end of this thing that I
like,
spent so much time watching.
Did you cry though?
Well, it kind of ends on a bit of a tearjerker. I don't remember if I actually cried or not. I don't usually like weep, but I'll get like a tear to the eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like me.
Mm-hmm.
The most I get is
cry
misty
for Naruto.
eye. Yeah,
I didn't cry for Naruto.
I didn't cry.
It's nice.
I didn't cry for anybody ever.
Yeah.
I am a robot.
I am a robot. The worst I ever got was that one episode of Violet Evergarden.
One Piece. Oh, right. Yeah.
You know the one. Everybody knows the one.
Yeah.
There's a few Violet
Episode
Evergarden
9,
ones that are
I think
tearjerkers.
Episode 9, yeah. Speaking of tearjerkers, little spoiler for next week's episode. I am nervous to watch our show that we're gonna watch.
Have you started it yet?
No, I haven't.
Let's tease that show in a few
in
minutes.
a couple minutes. Yeah. I just wanted to. While I'm on that train of thought.
Yeah. Any thoughts before we go to that on the comparison between the MAL and AniList ratings and versus the popularity as well?
I think the main one from me is we kind of touched on it. I just feel like the AniList one is maybe a bit more mature. Like it's got shows like Monogatari. It's got shows like March Comes In Like a Lion. It's got
shoujo.
It's got some shoujo lists to it. Like people aren't necessarily.
I mean, Fruits Basket is on there, but like it feels like it gets more recognition.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have Spy Family, which to me screams recency bias and childishness.
Yeah. And you probably just love the fact that it has Sangatsu no Lion too, which I honestly like that as well.
Yeah, it does, but it's not just Sangatsu no Lion. It's Shaft Brethren Owari Monogatari specifically.
Oh yeah. I think the thing that I like the most about it is like Monogatari is getting recognition, which like
it deserves.
Nobody really talks about it,
and that's a crime.
Yeah,
like Monogatari.
Go watch Monogatari.
So good. I mean, like
if you're okay with fan service.
If you're okay,
you know what?
It's not if you like fan service. If it's
you just have to be
you're
okay
with fan service. That's not the point of the show. But like,
it's there.
It's there.
It's very much there.
Listen, there's a toothbrush scene.
That's the best scene in the entire series. You shush.
Relax.
That's quite the take.
I'm not
just gonna quickly point out that Legend of the Galactic Heroes number 11 on MAL and it's number 14 on AniList because that's the only one that really is not on both of these.
Yeah, but I mean it's 14 on AniList though. Like
that's what I'm just saying.
It's not
also
that far
very high on AniList.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at popularity. Like it's got Jujutsu Kaisen. It's got Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just feel like it's got more maturity to it. I guess more of a refined palette.
It kind of just feels a little more, like tuned in.
Yeah,
less raw data-y, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more like personal taste and like critical opinion rather than like
popularity.
Hey, what's the best anime out there? Let's Google it.
Yeah.
You know,
I honestly kind of think that the Gintama taking up most of the over almost half of the top 10 kind of cheapens the MAL one. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does that on both kind of.
Oh, I'm looking through the list here, and the new season of Kaguya-sama is number 14 on the MAL list.
Yeah.
There's like 3 episodes out.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the new season of Kaguya-sama.
Kaguya-sama.
Yeah.
I've got some things to say about Kaguya-sama, but maybe we could save that for a couple
And you're going to hear about those in 2 weeks.
I think that I think that the
week.
main problem with this kind of thing is people like they either instantly give shows a 10 or a 1 and then they change it as the show goes on.
Which bothers me. Yeah,
I don't like that either.
Yeah, listen,
but you know what? Honestly, you do you. You just shouldn't count it.
Unless you're listening to AniPro, then don't rate your things until you're finished the season. Please.
You know what? Honestly, I put it more on the website. The website shouldn't count the rating until it's done.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't count in this list
true.
until it's completed.
Or like if like it needs to for some algorithm or whatever, like give it like 6 episodes so like half the season's done or something.
Should have an asterisk
Like,
or something next to it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be on equal ground.
Because I mean, if somebody's coming in and saying, "Okay, what anime should I watch?" Oh, the Spy Family. Apparently, it's the number 4 best anime of all time, according to
also
MAL.
Tied.
Which is like
Because if you look up like best anime, you're probably gonna get the MAL list, and like really, that's the number 4 best anime of all time. Spy Family.
I mean, you're not really gonna go wrong.
No, you're not gonna go wrong, but I just mean like in the future that could be a thing. You know,
what if like episode 4 was just like all 3 of them taking a shit and that's the whole episode?
Okay.
Whoa,
Jay, relax.
We did so good this time.
Hold on, I gotta write down this time frame here.
Yeah, I just googled popular anime, and the popular anime that popped up are Date A Live, Blue Period, Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail, and Black Clover, and then Ultraman.
Man, I can't believe how popular Black Clover is. By the way, I don't get it.
You know what? I'm getting like really close to actually picking it up.
Honestly, like Black Clover has some banger OPs, but like it's the most generic shonen series you could ever find.
Okay.
Speaking of
like the best way to describe it is imagine taking every shonen trope that works and mashing it into a blender.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, that's Black Clover.
I just noticed it specifically on Twitter. Like everybody was talking about Black Clover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very popular on Twitter.
Speaking of Twitter, you can follow us all on Twitter.
Yes,
yes.
Cole, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is at AniProCole. That's AniProcolej. What is your Twitter?
You can follow me at JGaredian, JayGaredian. Mike, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter at Gritty Gundam, GrittyGundam. And we have an AniPro Twitter that you can follow at Jay, help me out.
AniPro Pod.
Working. Yeah,
AniPropod.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, and if you could do us a favor, like, review, and subscribe on whatever you're listening to or watching this on, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, blah, 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 all that stuff. It really helps the podcast out. And if you could come hang out in our Discord, that'd be great. You can find the link in the description of this episode or on our website, anchor.fm/anime-protagonist-podcast.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what? If you're liking what you're hearing, tell a friend. It really makes a huge difference to us, and we want more people to talk to about anime. That's why we started a podcast.
That's the whole reason. And I think Mike should take over the plugs at the end of this, the end of the episodes.
Cole's like,
that was so good, Michael.
Yeah. Or we could just record this and then I never have to do it.
No, you got to do it every episode.
Yeah, we just insert it every time.
I'm the plug man, baby. And then you know what? If you tune in next time, you know what we're gonna be doing?
What are we gonna be doing?
We're gonna be talking about Anohana. We're gonna start a new recurring segment on our AniPro podcast where we're gonna watch an anime and then we're gonna review it for you. We're gonna talk about it, let you know whether it's worth watching, or you could do one better and watch it with us and then listen to us talk about it next week on the pod.
And give us your opinions on it. Let us know what you think about the show on our Discord, and then we can also kind of have an open discussion with our listeners.
Yeah. Maybe we'll open a channel for various reviews.
Yeah,
maybe. Or just right now, even general's fine. Yeah. Just come talk to us.
Come say hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, and maybe we'll tweet about it, and you can interact with us on Twitter. Like, I mean, there's so many options to interact with us.
Listen, isn't the future that we live in terrific?
No.
And on that note,
we're gonna delve into the abyss that is pain and sorrow
The closet
of Anohana. I'm a bit nervous to watch this, to be honest, you guys.
I am excited to watch it.
Oh, I'm excited to watch it.
I've already seen it,
but I'm
I like me a tearjerker.
You know what? I'm really glad you guys are getting to see this for the first time, because this is something that I really enjoyed upon first watch,
Jay,
and now I get to experience how you feel.
Jay, did you cry?
I did.
Yeah,
but I mean
that's not saying much.
I mean that's
not saying much.
Yeah.
But of course, we should probably maybe say it as we do at the end of every episode of the Anime Protagonist Podcast.
We can't talk today.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.